Okay, well, here we are. Success of Daniel. It's Father's Day. It's a great weekend. My grandson, Shoot Off Man, he was here. We learned AI. We practiced with the Google Flow AI, via 3. Practiced with that. We practiced with the new Adobe. Worked on that. And we created some interesting videos there. Check out my other posts. You'll see them in the videos. And that was really cool. There's dog, always ready to play. There's the garlic. That's garlic that I harvested from last year. Kept the cloves, dried them out, and then I let some heads go to flower. And when I planted the seeds, look at all the seeds, how well they grew. It's crazy. That's all baby garlic seed. Didn't thin it because we're just going to see how it goes and start coming in here, plucking out these dandelions when we can. I wanted to get the garlic growing strong before I start ripping up weeds, right? So there were little baby seeds. So I'll just come in here. There's another little dandelion over there. Just gotta get right in there. Here you can eat like almost everything out of dandelion, but I tried it a couple times. I find it bitter. Really like it. But as I say, so it's just amazing. Got that load of topsoil there. You see that in my past videos. And we screened it, used it for bedding for the pool. That was really helpful. And then compressed it, and then we moved it in here and created this elevated bed before fall. And then we put in the garlics, and got that all in. The grandson there, Shoot Off Man, he helped me. We went and got some straw. We bedded it all in with straw. And that really, well, that's a big root down that one. Let's throw it all down here on the ground. Rake it out later when it dries. Come in with a rake and get that out of there. Yeah, so then we put all straw. I got a crazy little plant growing in there. I ripped that thing out. We don't want that growing in there. No. Kind of a weird little plant to be seeing growing coming up out of the soil. Oh, it's kind of weird. But we'll get rid of all that. Whip up some of those roots. Yeah, get rid of some of these weeds now that they're filling in. I was in here in the water yesterday. It was so dry. Get some nutrients. And, just whatever nutrients we use. I just kind of add that to the garlic. Help with the greens grow. Right? Get rid of some of this extra grass that's growing around here. Throw that on the ground. I'll rake it up later when it dries. I'm just throwing it down there on the ground right now. Let all that soil flip off it, right? A little weeding. Yeah. Say it's good for the soul, right? Helps connect us and ground us to the earth. Or so they say. Let's get a little bit more of this tuff out of here. Wow. It already looks better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right on. So over here, I raked that up, and I had 66 little corns that I planted in here. Well, not just right there, but in this bed. And I planted this row of corn here about 2 weeks ago, and I planted that one with a few around it. That's about almost 5 weeks ago now. Originally put it in the water and started it in the shelter there. See, it went into a 1-gallon pot in April 7th and March 24th. So, been at it for a while. Planted a bunch of these little young ones along here. I'm gonna zoom in. Zoom in. You can see lots in that little bed. There's lots of straw in these beds because I just raked the living crap out of what I had here. Piled it up and stomped it. Get done what I can on Father's Day. Dog wanted to play. So yeah. So we'll see how that grows. Quite a few corn in there. And then the toad. Toad likes to sit on the piece of wood. Add a little water in there. It's good for the toad, good for the dragonflies. All right, just whip out all these weeds whenever they come up. It's come along really nice. And I'll rake up all this. And then I got a whole whack of started a whole bunch of pumpkin seeds. I got those indoors. Just starting to grow, little greens just starting to come out the top of the soil. So when I get those done, there's like 30 plus pumpkin seeds. So let's take the rake and scratch this stuff out the top here. And I'll plant some pumpkins in here. Likes to get some carrots in this bed. We had carrots in that bed last year. They grew really fast. Well, with the successes of Daniel, Father's Day 2025. Getting an area over there ready. I'm going to put in a pool for the grandchildren. Right over here. Right over here in the seated area. Some firewood there. It's going to get cut up. Right here by the fire pit. Let's filled that in with gravels. Filled the ditch way in that. There's a ditch. And that pipe there is now under sand. Comes all the way up here under sand. Batted in sand. It comes right up to here. My rainwater can flow in there and my hose can flow there. And then yeah, as soon as I complete this area flat, fill it full of sand now on top of the gravel. That's where the pool's gonna go. And then all the separated crush rock separates out. Just fill that in here. And that helps fill in the rut. Oh, success to Daniel. Keep at it.